Unfortunately, there's no 5, 10k tables currently running, which is why I'm just playing the 1ks. I've opened up the King 8 suited. We get a call from the small blind. As I say, I've got some of the VIP tables open right now. If any of them do start running, I will start filming some of that as well. So he decides to lead out, but when he does this, I'm just not imagining he's doing this with anything too strong. Like, I can see something like 5, 7s doing this. And if I just play really aggressively, I think it's possible we can push him off this. Especially now with the ace coming, that's obviously a really good card. I'm going to go for a 75% sizing here. However, if he does call, then sort of, alarm bells start going off a bit. Can he have some, some ace 6 suited, some ace 4 suited that he calls with? But yeah, we take it down. Like, as I say, we're up against a lot of pocket pairs there, 5, 7s. Something like that, and those sort of bets we'll just be able to push that off quite easily. Okay, so I've played this one fairly passively. I bet the flop, check back the turn. I actually may just shove this river because when 2 kings cut, it kind of looks as though it could be a bluff. Obviously block of 9s, that's slightly more likely he's going to have a jack here, and he's going to probably look me up with a jack. Oh wow, okay, he has a flush, tries to get trappy on the river there, but we've got the higher flush, and we, yeah, not the biggest of pots, but good one to win. Okay, so gonna go for a squeeze here. I mean, what the hell is this? Like, I'm honestly just tempted to call this, to be honest, because like you just never see any traps from the small blind here. Like, I mean, is this just always like 8s and 9s and he's just shoving? I just never see, you hardly ever see any traps here. I'm gonna call. He is trap. What is he doing? That's just so weird. How is he just like trap me like that and I've just got done over? No jack. Why have I also run it twice, for God's sake? I should have just run it once, gone with it. Okay, well, at least we hit the one board. I definitely need to make a note of that. I was just so sure that that was just going to be like 8s, 9s or something. Like, it's just so rare that you just see a trap from like a button open, a small blind call. So yeah, that's why I went for, obviously went with my gut, and it was wrong on this occasion. But sometimes you've just got to go with your gut and make some plays which wouldn't be GTO approved. Okay, so there is now a 5k table running, so I'm going to film a bit of this as well as the 1k tables. Got king jack off in the big blind. Also on the 1k table got aces. Hope we can get a bit of action here. Unfortunately it does just fold. And we also just get a fold with a king jack, unfortunately. Okay, so I opened up ace jack. Obviously we've missed the flop, but having the ace of clubs is really good here, and that obviously is a turn card where we are just barreling huge. So I'm actually going to overbet this one and almost definitely shove river. And yeah, the huge turn bet just takes it down. Would have made a straight on the end. Okay, so we got kings from the cutoff. Obviously no one likes seeing an ace high flop when you've got kings. However, gonna bet here. So he does call the flop. He's probably more slightly jack X heavy here. However, I'm gonna just check this one. Now that he just snap checks that river, however, I think I might bet. Like, he can definitely still check some of his weaker aces, but I'm gonna pop this river bet, and okay, he's got an ace when he snaps that fast. Jack, okay. I just thought when he snapped as quick as that against the 75% sizing, he was gonna have an ace. But that's why you've kind of got to go for those river bets. Like, some people might play a bit passive and get all scared when they see the ace high flop and just check back the river, but the way he just called and snap checked river, that just looks a lot more like a jack. So going for a value bet there with kings. Sometimes you might value bet and it turns out he just calls you with a weak ace, but at the end of the day I think more of the time he's going to have a jack there, so I think it's definitely a good bet. Also, I called queen 3 from the big blind. He bet the flop and I just call. Okay, wow, that is a huge bet. This guy does play extremely aggressive on the turn. I'm going to raise, actually. Also, on the 5k table, he just calls from the big blind. So I'm going to go half pot and certainly continue on the turn. This is a rough river. Kind of have to check here. just really hope he doesn't bet. That was a really bad river card for us. Wow. And now he barrels it. I'm going to have to think about this one for a sec. I mean, this is tough. When he calls that turn, is he ever calling with ace king, ace jack? What are his bluffs? Is he ever bluffing here with 8-9? Certainly could have 8-9 suited. King jack. The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm thinking, I think I call. King jack, yes, that's huge. The more I was thinking about that one, the more I was thinking like he has a lot of bluffs, and it just kind of seemed as though there was like too many missed draws there for me to fold that. Obviously, some of the time, you know, he's going to have 10s or something there, but I block queens as well, so I block some of his stronger hands, block his pocket 3s there. So I think, yeah, the more I thought about it, I just had to call that one, and I was obviously right on this occasion. Wow, okay, pretty good flop here. He's going to have a lot of pocket pairs, some suited stuff. Going to size up those sort of rep and over pair. And yeah, he does just fold. This guy kind of calls quite loose at the small blind, so it's kind of more difficult just to pinpoint him on a certain range. I think I'll put in a raise here, and then if the turn comes like a diamond, I'll play aggressively. If not, I'll probably just let this one go. You know, okay, nice. He does just fold. I mean, you know, that's pushing off some of his random aces, some of his lower pocket pairs. So just raising that flop up can work quite well. As I said before, don't love the ace high flop though. Just going to check back this one this time. I don't think there's sort of many draws we can really charge here, so just going to check again, and obviously hope he doesn't have a 10. That would be pretty annoying. I mean, I think the chance of us getting sort of any value here is very low, but I guess I'll just fire out a blind here. See if he makes some random call. He does call. Wow, I'm surprised. King queen. See, that was kind of nice, just firing out literally just like one big blind on the river there, because you know, anything more and he's not calling that. Okay, over on this table, I decided just to call with the 9s this time. Gonna go for like a pot size bet here on the turn though, because you know it's starting to get quite a draw heavy, wetter board texture now. That's obviously perfect river though. Wow, he goes for a lead though. That's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously, I guess I still just shove this one. Yeah, I suppose he just had some sort of draw there. Okay, so he does call that half pot on the flop. I think because I can have a lot of bluffs here, and because it's a board where I can bluff a lot, it's possible I can size up and he still looks me up with, you know, a king. So I'm going to bet pot here. Wow, and he kind of calls pretty quickly. Thing is, he's not going to have a lot of the stronger ace-x here. I think we're either up against a weaker ace or we're up against a king, so I'm going to still bet here, even though it seems kind of thin for this sort of large sizing. Just think a lot of the time he's just got a weaker ace here, or he's just, you know, being a bit of a station with a king. Because he's a good player and he knows that I can bluff a lot on these boards, so he does just fold though. Okay, so I imagine probably folded a king there. Okay, so against this loose fish, I'm going to raise Jack 10 suited. Okay, I'm not going anywhere just yet though. Going to be calling this 4-bet. Not a massive 4-bet either. Pretty good flop to be fair. I suppose I will just call. Man, I hope he doesn't shove this this turn, which I wouldn't be surprised if he does do. Yeah, that's obviously a bit annoying, so I'm just going to have to fold now. Okay, so as a recap of the session, pretty uneventful, it has to say. So this is without rake, so I will have lost a bit more, but also in the little action we had on the 5k table, I think I finished that one nearly 1k up. So overall, bit of a nothing session. But But yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more of these videos.